tree. Look at me, I'm so pretty, baby. Come with me. Bitch. 1, 2, 3. Look at me, I'm so pretty, baby. Come with me.
And that's when I use the hard ER. Welcome to CZE podcast. And today we're going to dive into a little bit of debate fallout. We're going to dive into a little bit of a lot of rumors going around right now. Nothing's actually confirmed, and it's a very crazy storm of a situation of what everyone thinks is going on.
Yep.
From the Democrats to the Republicans. A lot of rumors that Joe Biden's dropping out, but Joe Biden has come out himself and said things that don't make sense. And also, he's come out himself and said that he's not dropping out. So, and then you have the Kamala Harris thing, if, you know, Gavin Newsom deal.
No, remember, guys, Biden is going to beat Trump in 2020.
I'll beat Donald Trump. I will beat him again in 2020.
Yes. Dude, he's made more gaffes after the debate than possibly even before, obviously, because as he gets older, as you know, time's going on, his dementia is getting bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting worse. Now they're putting spray tan on him, and you can see the difference between the color of his neck and his face, and it's not great.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not great.
I was watching this video. It's like side by side the 2020 debate versus the 2024 debate, and like I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, 2020 Joe Biden looks like, you know, a normal president. You know, he's saying actual words. He still was stupid.
Still messing.
Still was stupid. But like it was very, very better. You know, it was more better. That's such a great word for that. More better. But in 2024, you can see the absolute downfall of Joe Biden. Like in 2020, I can justify why people would be like, "Oh yeah, if I'm a liberal, I'll vote for him." 2024, if anyone's voting for Joe Biden, you have to be on the spectrum. I ain't gonna lie. Like
you're an idiot.
He looks like he died 20 years ago. He should not be there in that position to lead the country.
Can we get the clip? Can we put the clip up where it was, I think, the debate from 2020 where Biden is saying something about, I'm paraphrasing this, something about how smart he is, and Trump just goes, "Don't talk to me about smart."
One of the two, because guess what? A lot of people died, and a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Mr. President?
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
You didn't graduate from Delaware University, top of your class.
Yep.
You
graduated bottom of the class.
Bottom of your class. You barely got through.
I actually just watched that clip yesterday.
Funny clip.
It's a great clip.
Problem is there's so many of those clips. As I was going through YouTube earlier, there's people who have hour-long segments of the gaffes of Joe Biden. I guess it's not just Joe Biden. I think the one I was referring to is actually more of a just Trump like roasting everybody. But I'm sure you can find one out there with, you know, hour-long of Joe Biden gaffes, probably a day long if you want to be honest about it. So.
Yeah.
No, it's been a wild ride. So a lot of people are saying. I think even Tucker Carlson came out and was saying that, you know, Joe Biden's done. He's going to be replaced. Then there was a lot of misinformation, like he had a medical emergency on Air Force One. That wasn't true. So it's easy to get caught up on all these different lies and all these different truths, and to make things even more confusing. One person actually even recommended that the Democrats, if they're going to use Joe Biden, they're going to run with him, that they start using AI to do his speeches.
Oh my God, that would be awful. I do not want to see AI.
Awful for
everything.
For
Honestly,
America, yes.
Yeah, because like, if you have to turn to AI for your leader of your country to be able to say a sentence, how does that look on other countries? They're gonna look at us like, oh, these guys are a fucking joke. America is not a threat. Like,
That's what they're looking at us right now.
Like, they already see us as wimps because of Biden. If we're gonna use AI to fucking say a sentence or two, we're cooked. Like, they are going to absolutely have a field day with the United States. Like,
not only that, but the scary thing is, it's not perfect, but it will be probably in about 4 years. Look at how realistic AI videos look nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you could easily make an AI of anybody, anything, put it on and claim it's them. I think there was a huge, and you can do their voices. And I think they did a huge. I think there was a huge like porn thing with Taylor Swift AI.
Yeah, they took that
And
down.
then they
it was good while it lasted.
they booted that. But the point being is that's a very scary place to go.
Yeah.
It's a very scary direction for this country to go into.
Yeah, have you ever seen the video? It was like the first ever AI generated video of like, it was like Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it looked not realistic at all, but it was like, you could see it was kind of Will Smith, but it's like blending together. And then recently someone redid the same exact video of him eating spaghetti, and it looked like it was recorded on like an iPhone. Like, it looked so realistic, and it shows how far AI has gone, and it's terrifying.
You got those videos of Joe Biden shitting himself on stage and going and shaking no one's hand, and people claiming those are made by AI.
Allegedly shitting himself. But I mean,
yeah.
I think we all can assume.
I think he shot himself.
I honestly think that he was going to sit down, and he's just retarded. But honestly, there's a very good possibility he did shit himself. What's that clip where he said, "My butt's been wiped"?
What?
Yes. He walks up to a bunch of reporters. I don't know if that's something you can pull up, but he walks over to a bunch of reporters, and they're asking questions. He just walks over to the aviators on it. "My butt's been wiped," and it's
What the hell?
Yes.
I've never heard that.
Yes.
If I can find it, it'll be on screen.
Yeah, the problem is with all these people that are saying, "Oh, Biden's going to be replaced, and Biden's going to be somebody's going to come in at the DNC is kind of unrealistic, but it's hard because I can see both sides of the picture. But from what my understanding and the polls that I've looked at, every other Democrat that people are saying, I think Governor Whitmore, that definitely knew some who I've been saying for a while, all are losing to Trump more than Biden is losing. So Biden really has the best strategy and polling rate. Yeah, to beat Trump. I think that's changed recently with Kamala Harris. I think either that or No, I don't think it has changed. I think what's changed is that they want her. The Democrats is a different poll, but if Biden's their best chance, you guys, we need to literally start supporting Biden. Stay in the race.
Yep.
Stay in the race.
Stay in the race so we can win
You're
more likely.
You're doing awesome, buddy.
And it
you
sucks.
answered all the questions.
And it really sucks when you have like people like Nancy Pelosi and these other rhinos and people part of the DNC coming out and trying to justify that Biden is going to be a good running candidate, but they really know that they're in deep shit. The Democrats are in deep shit.
Well, it's like Barack Obama's coming out and saying, "Joe's our guy, we stick with Joe," but there's a lot of people in the know that are saying behind the scenes that is not what's being said whatsoever.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, they're
freaking out.
giant. Yes, their big Democrat donors are freaking out.
Yep,
They're
praying
they're
for Biden to
panicking.
go.
So
They want him on.
And Barack Obama isn't really known to like Biden. He made a mistake by picking him as his VP, and I know he regrets that, but he's doing his best to try and,
that's something we can't forget. That's actually a really good point because he did say, "Hey Joe, you don't have to do this," and I think he's also quoted as saying, I'm 100% sure he's quoted as saying, "Don't underestimate Biden's ability to fuck shit up." I maybe used a little bit more colorful language, but
Yeah.
But he said it nonetheless, and you can see it. So your own party has the infighting going on and the things like that are happening. And while all this is happening, we'll take the W's where we can get them, boys.
Absolutely.
Yep. So it's going to be a very interesting election next 5 months. A very interesting time leading up to the election. So really, we don't know. Trump does not know. He doesn't have a clue who he's facing off against.
Nope.
Even Trump was just recently caught on camera saying, "Did you hear we got Biden out? We got him out. I got him out. Now we got to face Kamala. She's great. She's so full of crap." And going on, and I don't know if Trump himself wanted that video out there, but I think it's awesome. I think that would have made the video 10 times better.
They'll start calling her Sleepy Kamala, but for a different reason than they call Sleepy Joe.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
We have the serious mode on.
Sorry. I'm just too gay for this right now.
Bring it on home, boys. Bring it on home.
Oh boy, it's just been a wild ride, and it's going to continue to get wilder. Remember 2020, the summer of love. You remember all that crap going on? I have a feeling like things are just starting to heat up. You can
Literally, it's starting to heat up.
Yeah, it's so hot.
So hot, guys.
88 degrees.
Is it literally?
It's literally so hot. We're cooked.
Literally.
We're literally cooked.
But I wasn't saying literally heat up.
I know.
It was metaphorical.
I know, but I was saying literally.
Metaphorically.
Sorry,
This is Gen Z. Anyways, so there's so many videos coming out of California, especially right now. You see these stores getting rioted, getting all this stuff because of bad policy, bad Democrat policies. And Oakland is gone. It's fallen. It's out. Like it is worse, in my opinion, than a third world country. It is awful.
Yeah.
It is awful. And you see all these Democrat policies that are just going right. It just, people are moving out of California, like record speed.
Yep.
So I don't think Gavin Newsom is, and not even to talk about the streets of San Francisco and just littered with feces. So I don't think Gavin Newsom is a great choice to run against Trump's record.
Yeah.
No, he's not. People in California hate him. The whole world hates him. He's a shitty person. He's a shitty politician. And he's fucking retarded.
He is retarded. Hard R.
Get him the fuck out!
Dude, they wanted him out. I think a while ago there was a petition to actually get him out, but there was a bunch of Hollywood elitists and people like that millionaire donors that pulled together.
Oh, Gavin Newsom, please give us your money.
Like they pulled together, and it's not really that they need his money. It's just that policies that he can
keep them there.
Yeah.
Keep them in jobs.
He's as bad as Inslee.
I'd say it's worse than Inslee.
He's as bad as Inslee. I don't know. Jay Inslee's pretty bad.
They're pretty bad too.
I just think Gavin Newsom's more well known than Inslee.
I don't know one good Democratic governor.
Nobody does.
Arnold
Because they're all
Schwarzenegger.
shit. He was shit too.
Yes.
Has California ever been red? On
Yeah.
the election map?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I can't
Nixon
give
plan?
you the exact time. I actually was looking at this the other day, but yes, California has been red. I know our state. Last time we were red was 1988, but from what I hear in this election, Washington State is actually up for play,
Ooh,
and New
like a
Jersey,
swing state?
and New Jersey.
Nice.
And
That'll
that
be
would
fun to
be
watch.
wonderful. A lot of people don't know this. Washington State it's blue because of King County. It's blue because of King County. Like Seattle is
That's
awful.
all that matters, King County.
Everywhere around, okay, maybe Pierce County as well, but everywhere around them, it's really not a blue area. In fact, our Constitution's especially for Second Amendment is a lot more liberal than the national
Last time
Constitution.
California was red was 1988.
So
19
was Washington.
same with
Okay.
Washington.
And before then, it was 84 and 80 were all red.
Yeah.
And then it changed.
Oh, speaking,
And 76. It was red until
1976.
1888. It was red, and then it was never red again.
Well, that's the end of that story.
Not even close.
Well, yeah, and hopefully they can do something somewhere along the lines. My point being with all that is that Gavin Newsom, I don't think would have a good record to run on going against. The good thing about Gavin Newsom, the only thing is that he's a good talker.
For sure.
He can keep a lie going, and he can bullshit for a while and make swoon people one way or another. So imagine that, a Democrat being able to just manipulate people through wordplay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my argument. That maybe I'm wrong, but I still, somewhere in me, is like Gavin Newsom still might be the one.
Fun
What do you
fact
think?
for California, real quick, which I just found out. From the years 1952 all the way up until 1988, it was a red state. Except for one election in, 64, they voted for Barry Goldwater, whoever the hell that is. I've never heard of him.
Never heard of that guy.
But ever since then, it's been red, and then as soon as 88 hit, it has been blue ever since. And hopefully it changes soon.
California's a shithole. But speaking of elections, we do want you guys to keep in mind we're going to do a live stream on election night. We want you guys to be there, hoping to build up the audience before we do that so we can get...
We are?
We are?
Yes.
Wow!
We're currently in the works of trying to put together a live stream for election night because this is the biggest election in American history.
Most important.
Most important, too.
Yeah.
So we're going to be trying to put something together for you guys, our lovely audience. Yeah.
We love you guys.
I think that'd be a great idea. So we'll put that together and try and put
Let us
something
know
in
if
the
you guys
works.
would be interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like it.
Of course.
Anyways, back
What
to
are your
the
thoughts
situation at hand.
on? What are your thoughts on? on Gavin Newsom. I'm literally conflicted about this.
I fucking hate him.
No, I'm not asking you if you hate him. Obviously, the guy's
He's a bitch.
he's a bitch. But I'm asking about him taking over Biden in the presidential election race.
Well, he's not going to win.
Yeah.
And that's a given. No
Do you think it'll
Democrat is
happen?
going to win. Do I think it'll happen?
Yeah.
I think they're going to keep Biden in. I have a strong feeling
I
they're
hope
going to
they
keep
do.
Biden in.
I
And
hope
if they
do.
don't, it's going to be till the last fucking minute, like less than a month until the election.
The great argument I heard was there's no way in today's society that they're going to skip over a black female, the vice president Kamala Harris,
Yeah.
who's not African, by the way, at all.
What is she?
She's Jamaican
Oh.
and Indian.
You know Jamaica, man.
red wine.
Right by the beach.
No, it's like the bomber clots. Big bomber clots
I
that
thought
you
that
want
was
to give me
Nigerian.
head.
Was that Jamaican?
That's Jamaican.
We obviously all have ADHD. So
So,
80 of
go
them.
ahead.
anyways, Gavin Newsom.
Okay, so I don't know much about Gavin Newt, but all I know is I don't want him to be running because I want it to be solely...
Gavin Newscum. That's what I call him.
Fuck you. I just want it to be Joe Biden because we have the best chances of beating Joe Biden. But also, this is a hot take, but I don't know what it is, but deep down inside of me, the deepest parts of my innards, I feel like for some reason Donald Trump's gonna lose. I don't know why, but I have that feeling that somehow someone's gonna fucking fiddle with some sticks and, inject their authority and they're gonna fuck us over.
Too
you
big
see,
to
that's-
rig.
That's going to be a hard thing to do. Consider you got other podcasts like Louder with Crowder. They got boots on the ground at all these places where
They
they're
did it
doing
last
this
year.
shit.
No,
Or last
They didn't do
election.
that.
They didn't do
They're
that
going
last
all
year.
out this year.
And there's other when I got to meet with Simi Bird, who's running for governor, who you guys should all vote for in Washington State. Local politics is super important.
Next episode will be on that.
I like it. When I gotta meet with him, and I asked him, Lauren Culp got screwed out of the election because he was supposed to be our governor. They stole it from him, effectively, and I'm gonna get some heat for that. Allegedly, let me say allegedly, they stole it from allegedly. However, what is your plan for making sure that the same thing doesn't happen to you, like, how do you plan on doing this?
Yeah.
And it's a new sort of technology that this is how it was explained to me, a new sort of technology where they can actually keep track and of like registered voters, of like going back to, I'm going to butcher this because I'm not I'm not a genius on this stuff, but we're three dudes sharing our opinions. But
Yeah.
if so, where you can keep track of registered voters and whether they're alive or dead kind of makes a difference.
It does,
So-
because if you're dead, you can't fucking vote!
There's that. There is that. There's the fact that dead people vote a lot. Dead people vote a lot, and so do non-citizens, which is a thing now. And it's been
immigrants?
which has been a thing.
Illegal immigrants or just
It's been a thing, but never to the point to where it's at now. And there's a big breakdown, like that can be said for that can happen on that, like, but no, a lot of non-legal, they're not legal citizens that are here in the U.S. illegally. They literally are getting the right to vote in our elections.
I have a question about that. So you're if you are a foreign, not a foreign, if you're an immigrant, are you not allowed to vote? Is that like kind of
If
like,
you're legal,
You have to be a
supposed to-
citizen to
you have
vote.
to be legal.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, I feel like they should make a thing where if you're an immigrant, illegal or not, you shouldn't be allowed to vote unless you've lived in America for at least 4 years, where you've experienced America.
Well,
Like, I feel like if I'm, let's say I just moved from Ireland and I moved in here and I'm like, you know what? Oh, I'm here now. I want to vote for Donald Trump. Like, I feel like I shouldn't.
Is that
be
your
allowed-
Ireland accent?
No, it was like a mixture of like,
That was like
Liverpool,
Indian.
Indian, and Ireland.
No,
But
I think the legal process takes longer than 4 years.
it does.
I
does.
believe so. I think it's like 7.
That
or
makes
10
sense
years.
because like you shouldn't be allowed to just come here and then be like, all right, I'm voting now, because like you haven't experienced it yet. You don't know unless you've done your research in a different country and then you were like, all right, now I want to move here. Guess that kind of makes sense, but like if you haven't been here for that long and you're already voting for people and it's like just cause, I feel like that's kind of fucked.
No, I agree.
They make them take a naturalization test when they like first immigrate here legally.
Yeah.
And also, I was watching this podcast, had Theo Vaughn. He interviewed the chief of Border Patrol, and he was saying that. Have you guys seen that?
No.
No. So he was talking to him, and he was saying like the reason why they're coming in illegally is because the line for to come here legally is so fucking long. And he was like saying, aside from the people coming in and raping people, robbing, taking away all the shit that we normally have as normal citizens, that's the thing that you can't just say aside, because that's the fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like that is why we're
Aside
trying-
from this mass murdering, like,
bullshit, like
Like
migration machine.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a cool guy besides the fact that he ate, kidnapped, murdered.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was a good guy other than that. It's like,
It's
what?
a hard fact to overlook, and this is where you start realizing how retarded a lot of our leaders really are. No, it's
bullshit.
it's uncanny. I'm gonna go with no on Gavin Newsom.
I would agree.
that he's not going to. I'm gonna disagree with Zen though, saying that I don't have a bad feeling about this year. I'm pumped. I think more people are pumped than ever. Right now, I think Trump is up, and I think right now would be, if the vote happened today, Trump would win. Right now,
Yeah, 100%.
it's a 41. I think a 41 states would go to Trump.
I
We're
think,
gonna have a red
I
wave,
think
I think,
everyone
boys.
wants Trump to win. Like, not everyone, obviously, but like,
Well, it's not just Trump. It'll be hopefully there will be a red wave, like the House and the Senate will all turn red.
I want that to happen, but I just, for some reason inside of me, I feel like somehow someone's gonna fuck with it.
Don't come in here trying to black pill us all.
Nope. I'm just saying. Mark my words. If if Trump does not win, something's afoot. And yes, I'm not talking about my penis.
So,
In that case, if something doesn't win, it's about 1/8 of a foot.
It's about 6 inches. All right.
My God. I would even go against Kamala Harris at this point. So Kamala Harris at this point is literally biting at the bit to become president. You can see it. But for her replacing Biden, I know that's the order it would go in, but would she win against Trump?
No.
You don't think so?
No,
Hell no.
I don't think
Why
so
not?
either.
Because she's a shitty vice president.
No sexist.
The thing
She's a woman.
The only reason she got picked is because she was black and she was a woman, and she fucking whored
She
her
was a
way
DEI
up to the top.
hire. Yep.
Yep. Just because she has A cups and she's dark skinned doesn't mean she's fit to run a country.
Some say she has a vagina.
God, I really hate though when I see like I'm on
My
TikTok scrolling and it's like a political post, right? And someone comments and they're like, "We're so cooked on both sides."
I've actually seen
and they
that a
type in
lot.
all lowercase. It's like you can't even fucking write a proper sentence. How do you know we're cooked?
Yeah, no, I
Like,
was watching. I watched it's one of my old, like, when I was younger, I used to watch a group called Vanos Game and they play games.
Yeah.
Two of them have like a YouTube channel together where they react to stuff, and one of them was talking about like Trump and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I think we're cooked to either side." He's really, really leftist, and it's like I hate when non-political channels start talking about politics because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about half the time. So, but in that one, one was like, "Oh man, Trump's. I hate him so much. I don't know why. I just don't like him, but I also hate Joe Biden because he's a fucking idiot." And I'm like, "Okay, sure. They're both Irish, by the way, but they both live in America." And then the other one's like, he's insanely Christian. He's like, "I actually like Trump. Trump's actually really good. I'm a big fan of him." And I couldn't tell if he's saying that like, "Oh, I love Trump," or if it's, you hate Biden. Or you hate Trump. I like Trump, bitch. But like, I just hate when people that don't know about politics start yapping about politics, and then they don't back it up with facts.
No, it's very easy. I mean, it's okay to be wrong, people.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you get on, it's a simple Google search. Like, you can find out anything from the internet. So it's like you just you hop on and okay, let's look at some polls. Let's look at this and that. And one thing is. I don't believe that. I think that there is a big possibility that maybe Biden won't even make it.
Like you think he'll die?
Like he'll die?
I don't know that he'll die. I'm just saying. I think, in my opinion, like there's a lot of like weird. Like we can all see as a country his health declining.
Yeah, of course.
We can all witness it.
Very visible.
And we can all witness. I don't know if it was the Oval Office or whatever, but it was. Jill Biden sitting like in like a chair with a desk in front of her with a presidential seal on it, and she was like had documents, hard at work. It's like, what the hell are you doing as the first lady? Like you're an evil bitch. Yeah. What are you doing?
No, I mean maybe why am I forgetting his name? Who was the guy on Steven Crowder's podcast during the debate?
Nick
like
DiPaolo?
afterward? No, afterwards.
Oh, was it one of the moderators?
No, it's the one that he's like constantly canceled because he's Alex Jones. There it is. Do you think he might have been right about him saying like, "Oh, I think they might assassinate Joe Biden"? Do you think that's a possibility?
Dude, I will say this. As much as Alex Jones sounds crazy and unhinged, he's right way more times than he's wrong. He's actually right more time. Remember the whole like they're turning the frogs gay. Like
I love that.
Turned out they were ultimately. So it's like wow, everyone called him crazy, called him all sorts of names, but no, Alex Jones. He knows what he's talking to, and he's definitely on the like has people on the know on the inside.
Yeah.
In the know on the inside, and I think that's a very real possibility. I hope it doesn't come to that because I think if somebody does something, takes that much of extreme measures, we're 100% looking at a civil war, in my opinion.
100%.
Like nobody's going to be okay with one side of the aisle assassinating the other side of the aisle.
Yeah, I saw Steven Crowder. He said like, "Oh, I think there's like a 2% of that happening." I'm agreeing with that. Like, it's not likely, but there's always the chance. And if that does happen, like you said, we're kind of fucked. Like but About to experience a civil war if that happens. Honestly, there's a chance we could experience a civil war if it doesn't happen.
If no one dies, whoever wins the election, the other side's going to get pissed.
Oh, 100%. There's going to be riots just like 2020.
Maybe a civil war.
Yeah, there's no peace. There's no peace coming out of
With
this.
whatever happens, there's no peace. But there's low gas prices.
Eventually.
There will be.
Eventually.
And maybe we can buy a house. Maybe everybody can afford to buy a house.
Maybe CZE can buy a studio. So we
that would be amazing.
So we can have some AC in this bitch. That'd be awesome.
But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, CZE podcast, but what about Governor Whitmore? Not a chance.
Fuck is that?
Not a chance. The most hated, the whole fake kidnapping shit that happened and went on with that. I'm not even it's not even worthy of putting her name up there. I think she was below. I think she was below Newsom in the polls of who they wanted to be there. But what are the odds? What are the odds? Overall odds? Your personal take that Biden gets replaced?
My odds, I think, as of so when the debate first happened, I was gonna say 70%, 7-30. He's getting replaced. As of right now, seeing as he already hasn't been, and he's come out and kind of said he wasn't because he kind of was obviously being Joe Biden, mumbling and shit.
2020.
I feel like he's gonna stay. 60% of me thinks he's gonna stay. 40% thinks maybe he'll be replaced. But the thing is, his replacements aren't good. And I think the Democrats kind of see that. And I don't mean this in a sexist way, so don't cancel me. But I don't think a woman should be in charge of the United States.
I think that...
because they're a fucking woman.
Yeah.
And they're illogical. Emotions. They're emotional.
Dude, Joe Biden's got to be giving Biden some good treatment to keep him in office.
Yeah, think about it. If a woman is in the office, like I said, not in a sexist way, but if
keep dodging that bullet. I've been called a sexist so many times.
Let's say we get attacked Pearl Harbor Part 2. She's gonna act off of motion and be instantly I'm gonna go nuke another country. No.
I'll disagree with that. I think
that.
She's gonna say, guys, how can we work this out? We don't want to hurt anyone else.
No,
I don't think the
if there's a woman in office,
get him. That's something Trump would do. Trump would be fuck you, you're off the earth now. Fuck you.
No, Trump would try to probably not reason with them, but be all right.
No, if
you show your cards, I'll show my bigger cards.
If it came down to Kamala Harris, how it would go was, I thank you, Joe Biden, for everything that you've done for this country. Thank you for what you've leading this country, being a strong leader in the great economy that we have, and all this other, blah, blah, blah. And she'd say, it is my duty to step in at a time like this when my country needs me. And I am going to answer that call. And it'd be something more along the lines of political venture speech.
And then 90% of the states will vote red.
Yes. yes.
Happy ending.
Yes.
Bro.
That would be a great turn of events.
Oh yeah. Never underestimate. So make sure to vote.
Yep. Always underestimate.
Please vote.
Yes.
The country needs you.
I am also going to finally be voting. I don't know if you remember from a previous podcast, I did say I didn't vote, and I didn't know if I was allowed to, if I could still do it, but I will be, so that's good. Vote Trump, 2024.
I think one of the ideas I heard floating around that was really cool was, okay, your privilege to vote should be based on if you've signed up for selective service. For women, too. Mm-hmm. For women, too, because women don't have to. It's just men. So it's all right. Because I'm a big, repeal the 19th guy. That's what I'm all about. So it's
What's 19th? Women's right to vote?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that they should have a right to vote. I'm sorry.
Not in a sexist way.
In the most sexist way ever. I don't think they should have a right to vote. I don't think so.
I don't know this guy. I'm just kidding.
Of course I'm not sexist.
No, yeah.
But I'm just saying it's what was that map that if you had only women voting, only women voted, men weren't allowed to, every state would be blue. Every state would be blue. So the problem is men find things like politics and things like that very interesting, and they're curious.
They do.
And women are just
Women, they think, because they're oh, I want free sex and free abortions and free everything.
Well, not all women.
Like-
Not all women think
Not
that
all
way.
women, of
but
course.
they do think more
Like Brett Cooper.
materialistic. They're more materialist. I don't care about what Joe Biden or Trump said today. I care more about,
What can they do
There's
for
a
me?
sale at Macy's, and so, or something like that. Like that's how it's been broken down to me, and that's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Albeit anecdotal, that's still what I've witnessed and experienced.
Yeah.
But even like more seriously though, it's Joe Biden is really depending on women to come through for him, because Joe Biden is the one saying, "Oh, you guys want to hit Roe versus Wade, then we're going to show you. These women are going to show you just how powerful they are." You see, just using the wordplay, like these women are going to show you. Like Trump was like, "Women aren't powerful; they're stupid." Yeah. He never said anything like that, at all, not even a little bit. But all of a sudden,
grab him by the pussy.
Which okay, great.
I forgot about that.
I'm sure every one of us here have said way worse things.
100%.
Men talk dirty.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. We're gonna give this up to you guys. Men actually talk pretty nasty, and like it's funny to us. Like, and it's just what we do.
Wait till you see the bloopers.
Oh god.
But you can't do it if you're a politician. You got to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen Joe Biden's
Perfect like
failure
Biden.
when everyone's seen the famous Joe Biden N-word quote. I'm sure he's said a lot worse about women. 100%.
Let's play that clip.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I would rather have a fucking like shit talker in office than a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, someone. The most logical thing I've ever heard for somebody not liking Trump is, "Oh, he has a bad mouth."
Yeah.
And not bad. That's actually the most common one. The most logical one was, "Oh, he just gives me bad vibes." So it's like, okay, well, I get that. Cool. Some people give you like bad vibes
the
or energy
rapey
or whatever the
vibe.
fuck people say, but it's not logical. It's just not logical when you look at the economy when Trump was in, and you compare it to the economy that we're into now. It's insanely crazy.
Yeah.
To see the difference.
I've also heard people say Trump was very divisive. Like the Charlottesville shit and all the fucking...
What was the Charlottesville thing?
What do you say about Nazis?
Oh, they're very fine people on both sides.
Yeah.
The quote that was taken out of context.
Yeah, what do you say?
It was completely taken out of context. In fact, let's bring that up too, because Trump wasn't calling Nazis very fine people.
No.
Even I believe.
I feel like that's
kind
of
slipped out.
It's kind of like similar to the old thing where it's like people always will say Adolf Hitler was a smart man. That doesn't mean he was a good man. Like if someone says like, "Oh, Adolf Hitler was actually really smart," they instantly like, "Oh, you like Hitler? You're a neo-Nazi." Like it's like one of those type of situations where it's like they flip it because they're not logical.
But at the end of the day, America fucked him.
He kind of killed himself though. So
we fucked Germany.
Well, let's do PolitiFact. Let's see where this takes us. On April 25th, 2019, former Vice President Joe Biden declared his 2020 candidacy for the Democratic nomination.
The day
and the presidency by recalling the events of Charlottesville. Trump's comments with those words: "The President of the United States assigned a moral equivalence between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it." Biden said the next day. Trump responded saying, "If you look at what I said, you will see that the question was answered perfectly." And I was talking about people that went because they felt very strongly about the monument to Robert E. Lee, a great general. Whether you like it or not, he was one of the greatest generals. Trump also said he would defeat Biden very easily. That doesn't really give me it. So let's actually just bring up a video for them. I'm going to see if I can find that if you want to. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, we can also cut this. I'm going to cut this part out. Oh, yeah, I guess I can pause it.
So, yeah, there's a lot. He even went on to condemn the actual Nazis that were there, saying, yes, he condemned them. Like, very fine people on both sides were saying there's a lot of people that are very passionate about American history and don't want that statue taken down. That's part of their culture and how they were, like, what the environment they're in. Like, and that's American history.
There's a really good quote I've heard about history, and it's history isn't there for you to like it or not. It's there to remind you of history, and if it offends you, that's even better because it makes you not want to repeat it again.
I like it.
I like that too. That's a
I
really
like
good
Norm
quote.
Macdonald's quote.
What's his quote?
What was he saying? I'm gonna butcher this so bad, but he was like, "Oh, I just found out that turns out everybody who's all the winners of the wars are always the good guys."
Yeah.
So I fucked that up so bad, but like it's hilarious because obviously history is written by the people who win the wars.
Yeah.
So it's not written by the losers.
I wonder what Vietnam said about Vietnam War then, considering they really won that.
It never happened.
We ambush and we kill.
Oh, what the Vietnam are you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
All right, guys.
I think that's good for today's episode. Very good. Going into detail about everything that is going to be fucking up. Everything that could happen with Kamala Harris and Gavin Horner, we'll call him. I don't care. He's not winning.
It's new scum. It's new scum.
New scum. All right.
It's gonna come, guys. Like just be ready.
Do not forget, click the like button, subscribe to CZE Podcast. We're trying to get to 100 subs before the end of the month. Comment down below if you guys have any ideas for future podcasts. Next podcast, we already have one. So, unlucky. But you can give us ideas. Go follow us over at Twitter, X. Sorry, I keep forgetting they changed the fucking name. Instagram, TikTok, and soon Facebook, maybe. Anything else, boys?
I think that's it.
That's it.
Wrap. Let's get it.
That's it,
All right.
gentlemen.
Peace out, everybody.